You ever feel like you're talking to a brick wall when you use ChatGPT or like Gemini? Sometimes the answers are just baffling.
Oh, tell me about it. It's like you ask a simple question, and you get this generic, completely useless paragraph back. Or worse, it confidently tells you something that's just plain wrong.
Exactly, or it totally misunderstands what you're actually looking for. It's frustrating, right? I thought these things were supposed to be super smart.
Well, they are smart, but they're not mind readers. That's kind of where this whole idea of prompt engineering comes in. You hear that term thrown around a lot lately.
Prompt engineering. Yeah, I've heard it. Sounds kind of technical, like something only coders would do. Is it complicated?
Not necessarily, actually. At its core, it's really just about getting better at giving instructions. Think of it less like coding and more like learning how to communicate really clearly.
Okay, communicating clearly. I can handle that. So it's not about complex code, but about the words I use?
Precisely. It's like ordering food. You could just walk into a restaurant and say, "I want food." You'll probably get something but it might not be what you wanted at all.
Right, I'd probably end up with yesterday's soup or something.
Exactly. But if you say, "I'd like the grilled salmon, medium rare, with a side of roasted vegetables, no onions please," you're giving clear, specific instructions. Prompt engineering is like that, but for AI.
Ah, okay, the chef analogy helps. So instead of just asking, write about dogs, I should be more specific?
Way more specific. You could say, "Write a short, playful blog post about the benefits of adopting older dogs, focusing on their calm demeanor and lower energy levels compared to puppies." See the difference?
Yeah, that's much clearer. You're giving it a topic, a tone, playful, a specific angle, older dogs, and even points to focus on.
You got it. And you can add other things too, like giving the AI a role to play. Act as an experienced marketing consultant and critique this ad copy.
Oh, interesting. So you tell it who it should be?
Yeah, it helps set the context and the kind of expertise or perspective you want in the response. You can also give it examples of the output you want, or tell it things not to do.
Like, don't use jargon, or keep the paragraph short.
Exactly. Constraints are just as important as direction sometimes. It all guides the AI away from generic fluff and towards the useful, specific answer you actually need.
Okay. I guess I haven't been giving AI enough credit, or maybe enough direction. I just type a basic question and hope for the best.
That's how most people start, but learning even a few basic prompt techniques can make a huge difference in the quality of the answers you get. It saves time in the long run.
I bet less time rewriting or asking follow-up questions trying to clarify what the heck the AI meant.
Totally. And it's becoming such a recognized skill that the big players, like OpenAI with ChatGPT, Google with Gemini, and Anthropic who make Claude, are actually offering courses on prompt engineering.
Wait, really? Official courses from the companies themselves on how to talk to their AI?
Yep, they have guides, tutorials, sometimes full courses. It shows they understand that helping users ask better questions is key to making their AI useful.
That kind of underlines how important this is becoming. It's not just a niche trick, it's a core skill for using these tools.
Absolutely. If you're going to use AI regularly, whether for work, creative projects, or just everyday tasks, knowing how to prompt effectively is, well, fundamental.
Okay, so I learn these techniques, I practice, I get really good at crafting these amazing specific prompts.
Yeah, you get fantastic results, the AI finally understands you.
And then what? Where do I put these golden prompts? Do I just try to memorize them? My brain's already full.
Haha, yeah, that's the next big hurdle, isn't it? You create the perfect prompt, it works like magic, and then, where does it go? How do you find it again next week?
Or worse, I tried to tweak it slightly for a different task, mess it up completely, and I can't remember the original wording that worked so well.
Oh, the pain of overwriting a masterpiece? It's a super common frustration. You end up with, like, a dozen slightly different versions in a random notes file.
Exactly. It becomes a whole new management nightmare. So, you solve one problem, getting good answers, and create another, managing the prompts themselves.
Precisely. Finding a good system to store, organize, and even refine those prompts is almost as important as learning to write them in the first place.
Okay, so there must be tools or methods for that, right? People aren't just using sticky notes, are they? Please tell me they're not just using sticky notes.
Well, probably some are, but yeah, there are definitely better ways. And that actually leads us nicely into thinking about solutions designed specifically for this kind of challenge.
Okay, thank goodness. Like what kind of tools? Are we talking complex databases here?
Haha, definitely not just sticky notes, although I wouldn't put it past some people. But yeah, this exact problem, managing prompts effectively, is why tools specifically for this are popping up.
Prompt flow. A Chrome extension? So it just lives in my browser? That actually sounds convenient.
Not necessarily. Some are simpler. For instance, there's a really neat Chrome extension called Prompt Flow that's designed to tackle this head-on, right in your browser.
Okay, immediate access is a plus. So it's like a little digital notebook specifically for prompts, always ready.
Exactly. It sits in the Chrome side panel. So whenever you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or whatever, you can just click it open. No more switching tabs or opening separate apps to find your saved prompts.
Ugh, yes. The I broke my magic spell feeling. Don't remind me.
Pretty much, yeah, but it's smarter than a basic notebook. Remember how you worried about tweaking a prompt and losing the original good version?
Wait, seriously? Like track changes, but automatically for every save?
Well, Prompt Flow has built-in version control. Every time you save a change to a prompt, it keeps the old versions. You can literally look back through the history of a prompt.
Okay, that sounds amazing. It's like a time machine for my prompts. No more final underscore prompt underscore v2 underscore no underscore really underscore this underscore one file names.
Exactly. You can compare different versions side by side, see what you changed, and, this is the best part, restore an older version if your tweaks didn't work out.
I can already feel the relief. Okay, so it saves them, versions them. What about finding the right prompt when I need it? My Notes app is a black hole.
Haha, precisely. Say goodbye to confusing file names. It just handles all that history smoothly in the background. That alone is a huge stress reliever.
Oh, like keywords? So I can just search for email and find all my email-related prompts?
That's another thing it handles well, organization. You can add tags to your prompts, like email marketing, Python code, blog idea, whatever makes sense for you.
Infinitely better. My current system involves a lot of hope and frantic keyword searching in random docs. So easy access, version control, organization. What else makes it useful?
Yep, instant search plus you can categorize them. It turns that potential mess into a neat, searchable library. Much better than scrolling endlessly through a document, right?
Yeah, that happens. Copy pasting can be messy, especially with formatting.
Well, sometimes you want to share a really effective prompt with a colleague, or maybe use it in a different tool.
So it's not locked into just the extension. I can get my prompts out if I need to. That's good for flexibility and collaboration.
Right. So Prompt Flow lets you export your prompts easily. You can save them as plain text files, Markdown, or even XML if you need something more structured.
Okay, practical. That covers saving, finding, versioning, sharing. Is there anything else?
Definitely. Make sharing polished, tested prompts super simple, and you can import prompts too if someone shares a file with you.
Analytics? For my own prompts? Why would I need to know that? Sounds a bit extra.
There's one more feature that's kind of interesting, usage analytics. It actually tracks which of your saved prompts you use most often.
I guess it could show me which prompt structures or phrasings tend to work best for me over time.
I thought so too at first, but it's surprisingly insightful. It helps you see which prompts are actually your workhorses, which ones are giving you the most value.
Okay, I can see that. Using data to get better at prompting, not just guessing. So this prompt flow thing seems to cover a lot of the headaches.
Exactly, it gives you data on your own prompting habits. You might realize you keep reusing a certain type of prompt structure because it's effective, or maybe notice you're barely using prompts you thought were great. It helps you refine your workflow.
And keeps everything tidy and accessible right there in the browser. I'm starting to see how crucial a tool like this could be if you're serious about using AI.
It really aims to. The goal is to take the friction out of managing prompts so you can focus on the creative part, actually using the AI effectively. It saves time, stops you from losing good work.
So it's not just about the theory of prompt engineering, but the practical application and management. Makes sense. Where do people typically use these well-managed prompts? Like, what are the common scenarios?
Totally. It bridges the gap between knowing how to write a good prompt and having a practical system to manage those prompts day to day.
Okay, like, give me some examples. Are we talking mostly about writing emails?
Oh, that's a great question. Where do these beautifully crafted, well-managed prompts actually get used? Well, pretty much anywhere you'd use an AI assistant, but with better results.
Like what? Coding?
Emails are definitely a big one. Crafting professional replies, writing marketing copy, summarizing long email chains. Having solid prompts ready for those tasks saves so much time, but it goes way beyond that.
I can imagine, instead of typing out the same complex request structure every time. What else?
Absolutely. Developers use prompts for generating code snippets, debugging, explaining complex code, translating code between languages. Having a library of tested prompts for common coding tasks is, incredibly efficient.
Ah, so using prompts to overcome writer's block or generate starting points? That's clever.
Think about brainstorming and ideation. You could have prompts designed to generate blog post ideas, marketing slogans, creative story concepts, even business names. A good prompt can unlock way more creative output.
Okay, I'm seeing the breadth now. Marketing, coding, writing, learning, creative work. It touches almost any field where you might use language or information.
Exactly. Or for learning. You could have prompts like, explain complex topic to me like I'm a high school student, or create a quiz about subject based on this text. It makes AI a much more powerful learning partner.
Wow. So having a tool like PromptFlow isn't just for niche users, it's potentially useful for almost anyone interacting regularly with AI.
Precisely. Content creation is huge too. Drafting articles, social media posts, video scripts, even data analysis, like asking the AI to summarize key findings from a report or identify trends in data you provide.
It's like organizing your tools in a workshop, right? You could just leave everything scattered around, but having things organized makes the work so much smoother.
I really think so. If you find yourself asking AI similar types of questions repeatedly, or if you rely on getting specific, high-quality outputs, then managing your prompts stops being a nice-to-have and starts becoming essential for efficiency.
And it saves you from reinventing the wheel every single time you need a specific kind of answer.
That's a perfect analogy. Prompt flow is like your organized toolbox for AI conversations. Everything has its place, you know where to find it, and you even remember how you built your best tools thanks to the version history.
Okay, it all connects now. Learning prompt engineering techniques gives you the skill, and a tool like PromptFlow gives you the system to manage and leverage that skill effectively.
Exactly. You invest the time once to craft a great prompt, save it, maybe refine it over time using the version history and analytics, and then you reap the benefits repeatedly.
That's a key point too. PromptFlow is free.
You've got it. It takes prompting from a bit of a dark art into a manageable, repeatable process. And tools like PromptFlow make it accessible, right there in your browser, often for free.
Well, that lowers the barrier to entry significantly. No reason not to try organizing those prompts if it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, the core features we've talked about, storage, versioning, organization, import/export, are free. It's lightweight, doesn't get in your way, just makes life easier.
So, to wrap it up, prompt engineering is basically learning to give clear, specific instructions to AI.
My thoughts exactly. It's about working smarter, not harder, with these AI tools. Save time, avoid frustration, never lose that golden prompt again.
And while courses from OpenAI, Google, and others can teach you the how, managing those prompts becomes the next challenge,
Right, using context, roles, examples, and constraints to guide it.
making the whole process smoother, more efficient, and less prone to losing your best ideas, whether you're coding, writing, marketing, or just learning.
Which is where tools like the PromptFlow Chrome extension come in, offering organization, version control, easy access, and even analytics.
This has been super insightful, actually. I feel like I understand prompt engineering and how to manage it much better now.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's about making AI work for you, consistently and effectively.
For sure. Well, that's all the time we have for today. A huge thank you to everyone listening for tuning in.
Glad we could chat about it. It's definitely a topic that's only going to become more relevant as AI continues to evolve. Yes, thanks for joining us. Hopefully, you're feeling ready to level up your AI conversations. Until next time.